what gives with Seattle's offense? Look, and the Giants' offense. I understand that Green Bay and Dallas played stout defensive games, but just seeing what you saw from these offenses, what concerns you, Steve?
Yeah, Rich, what I took from this first weekend was this is Herm Edwards. This is why we play the games. I saw some teams that we thought were going to be bad teams. Let's just call it like it is. I thought there was going to be some bad teams. The Browns, the Jags, the Bears. We thought that they're really developing in transition. They got a long way to go. They all played well, better than expected. And then we saw some really good teams. The Patriots, right? Seattle. The Giants, who else? Pittsburgh didn't play all that well. And you say, well, geez, what happened? We thought they'd be awesome, and they weren't. And so Seattle's one of them. Seattle's a heck of a team. Now, you've been to Lambeau Field. That's a tough out for anybody to go in there. And I be quite honest with you, the Green Bay Packer defense was better than I thought it was going to be. And Aaron Rodgers didn't have a good game either. That was a kind of a defensive struggle, zeros at halftime. And those are the two winningest organizations in the National Football League, or in the National Football Conference since Russell's been in there. But yeah, Seattle really really struggled to move the ball. Russell Wilson was their leading rusher again.
Why do they always have problems on that side of the ball? It just
then Eddie Lacy didn't do a darn thing. He had 5 carries for 3 yards against the Packers. You thought he'd be motivated to have a stellar game. Nothing. And so, and then Rawls was out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they missed him.
That Carson kid's going to wind up with the job. So if I had to ask you which offense you think has the opportunity to rebound faster, Giants or Seattle, what's your answer, Steve?
Probably Seattle. Well, the Giants are missing Odell Beckham. That's a huge part of it, too. But where they struggle a little bit is with their offensive line. I don't know if it's good enough, and that comes along slowly. It's not like you just beam me up another lineman. That's Seattle's problem, too, that the Fant kid got hurt, their left tackle, remember, in the preseason, blew his knee out.
Yep.
So Tom Cable has always been, patching it up with that offensive line. I think we're learning. We all play fantasy football, right? No, I don't. But fantasy football, well, and you learn about the skilled players in this league, right? The guys that score touchdowns. But the general fan doesn't really watch the offensive linemen. Well, we're finding out you better darn well have a good offensive line if you want to get things done, and Dallas is proving that every year. Dallas is drafted very well with that offensive line. Well, the Giants don't have a very good offensive line. Seattle's got just an okay offensive line, and boy, it starts there. If you want the quarterback to be any good, you better protect it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app. Don't have any memory on your phone? Let's start to delete some of those slow-mo videos you have. And you know which ones I'm talking about.